Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I, unfortunately, am going to talk about the Johnathan Majors situation. So for those of you who don't know, Johnathan Majors, the actor who played Kang the Conqueror, the actor who's supposed to play Kang the Conqueror throughout the rest of the phase of the MCU, the actor who was just in Creed 3, and did an amazing job in both Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium and Creed 3. He was fantastic in both of those movies. An actor who, personally, I adore him as an actor. Ever since I saw him in Lovecraft Country, I remember thinking to myself, this dude is the next thing. I remember seeing him, and I was like, this guy is going to be a huge star. Like him and Michael B. Jordan, John David Washington. I've looked forward to what they do in the future because, just the other day, on a minor tangent, I was having a conversation with an Uber driver about actors and particularly black actors on the come up. Because, we talk about a lot. I don't talk about this often, but I do keep my eyes out on those kind of things. You love to see that happen in Hollywood, especially from my perspective. But I will say this, Johnathan Majors was one of them. He was one of the big ones, and I was really happy for him when he got the Kang role. I was so excited for this guy, and he was doing such a good job. And unfortunately, a few days ago, he got arrested for domestic abuse and assault. Now, I haven't talked about it, and I waited to talk about it because there was this whole thing that we're talking about where Johnathan Majors, lawyer or whatever, had evidence and testimonies and whatnot, and they were going to get the whole thing dropped immediately, and he wasn't even going to get charged or something like that. And so I figured I might as well wait, because because the way his lawyer was talking was all this evidence is so concrete that all this is going to get washed under the... All this is going to just be, whatever. We're all going to see that, this girl was crazy. Apparently, it's his girlfriend. Apparently, him and his girlfriend got in an argument or something, and apparently he put his hands on her. Now, they said the injuries were minor, but, you're putting a hand on a woman. It's hard to really... I don't know. We weren't there. I highly doubt we'll ever see the footage that he showed, because clearly, if he thought the footage wasn't that bad, then it probably won't be anything revealed there. These cases is a lot of he say, she say stuff anyways, but I got to talk about it because he got charged, because I believe yesterday, he got charged. So whatever happened, whatever they showed, whatever evidence they showed, it clearly wasn't enough for him to not just skate by it, and he got charged. And also, very recently, a lot of other people who have worked on projects with Johnathan Majors have started to come out of the woodworks and talk about his character. Now, none of those people were talking about him being physically abusive, but they basically were talking about his character, almost insinuating that, from what they know of him, they could see him actually being physically abusive. Which is really not a good look, man. It really isn't. And it's sad to see. First of all, there's two perspectives here. There's the career of Johnathan Majors, which is in jeopardy, which is really... No matter what happens, his career is in jeopardy. Even in the end, if it's all revealed that nothing happened, he's gonna go to court. He's gonna go through all this shit, and in the end of the day, even if he pays her off or something, even if he tried to sweep this under the carpet, pay her off, anything like that, it's still gonna be out there. And I mean, they already took down his Army commercial, which just happened. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've seen it in the movie theaters, Johnathan Majors' Army commercial. And they took that down. I'm not sure with the Marvel Studios. I'm hearing Marvel Studios is having a meeting right now to discuss him, which I'm not sure. What do if you're Marvel Studios, right? Your entire shit was built around him. There's a chance they've already filmed post-credit scenes with Johnathan Majors in it for future films. What do? Do you wait it out to see what happens? Because there is a chance that he is innocent. There's a good chance, there's a 50-50 chance he's innocent and that this is all ridiculous and the truth will come out. But do you want to attach yourself to that? I mean, I haven't talked about this story, but I don't know. I wonder how the Rick and Morty, how Adult Swim is looking about dropping one of the Rick and Morty guys when it turns out when he got exonerated or whatever, and it turns out none of that shit was true that was being told about him, so they fired him for nothing, basically. So it's a little conflicting with your Marvel right now, because like I say, but from Johnathan Majors' perspective, something like this sticks with you. Not only does it stick with you, it takes away opportunities, it takes away avenues, and if it turns out to be true, and you know it all goes down the way, the worst case scenario, you're gonna be out of Hollywood for a while. You might end up getting you're not gonna get quite the same treatment as say, as say Mel Gibson, but you're gonna get some kind of exile. You might get a bit of that Johnny Depp treatment. Like, that's what's gonna happen, dude. And you're a black man, so it might be even worse. So, like, he might have to go away for a while, which will put the MCU in a completely weird situation where they have to recast him, and that's gonna be hell, because that's gonna be just another can of worms. Because we all kind of agree, right? Even the people who have problems against the MCU, we agree about his casting as Kang. We're cool with that. We thought it was a great idea. We thought he was a great actor. We were excited for that. So having to find someone to replace him is gonna be hell. Also, like, you know, there's gonna be some people who are asking for, you know, a white guy or a different kind of race, or do you cast someone who's the same race? It's just gonna be hell for the MCU. And how long do they wait to see the results of what's going on with him? And can they still use him with that stigma next to his name? And it's just terrible. Either way, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. He shouldn't have put himself in that position, because either she flipped out on him and he's just trying to stop her. You know, shit happens like that. I know shit happens like that. You know, and we live in a world that's a little touchy, and we live in a world where a woman could technically just claim some shit and completely ruin your life. So the world's weird, but whether or not she's bullshitting, whether or not she was losing her mind and he had to restrain her and push her away from him, he shouldn't have put himself in that position in the first place. You know, if that's the case, which I'm not saying it is, it could completely be that he got physical with this girl and he was completely and utterly in the wrong. I'm saying even if she flipped out and he was in the right, he shouldn't have been talking to her, and he shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. You got too much. I hate seeing people on the come up like that. People who have a career ahead of them. People who can make strides, fuck up their careers on dumb shit. It's one of the most tragic things to me. Not even like people like big time movie stars. I hate that shit with like normal people. If I see some guy who I know's a genius, who I know's a tech whiz, and I'm like, why are you working at Best Buy, dude? Like, what the fuck are you doing? And like, so this thing with Johnathan Majors, it really breaks my heart, because I saw this dude doing so much, and he fucked it all up for this, in a stupid situation like this that he shouldn't have been in. It's gonna be a sad tale. It really is. It's gonna be one of those stories that's told. Now, regardless, I don't think what he did is egregious enough to completely, that he can't redeem himself, that one day he can't return to Hollywood. You know, if it turns out to all be true, that he can't redeem himself and turn back to Hollywood, he's just gonna have to go away for a little bit. You know, and regardless of how you feel about that, if you think that's a bit sexist or whatnot, that's just how it is. That really is just how it is. In a world where Ezra Miller's been running around like fucking Wile E. Coyote all over the fucking place robbing motherfuckers, you know, I feel like, considering that, and considering how some other actors, not gonna talk about certain things, like white privilege, but certain other actors can get away with some crazy shit, I hope, especially if this turns out to be not true, that it doesn't end his career. As far as the MCU goes, like I said, I have no clue how they're gonna handle this. If I were them, I would give it a few weeks, and I'd recast, because you just don't know, right? Like, you don't know how people are gonna react, and like I said, that shit sticks with a man. When a woman, you know, like says something about a man, abuse, rape, anything like that, it sticks with them, dude. It sticks with them, and it's hard to erase, even if you're proven innocent. And I'm not sure the MCU wants the big face of their franchise to have something like that stuck to their names. If it was like 10 years later, maybe. But this shit's happening now. So it's like, I just don't know if they would have him attached. But anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please like, subscribe. What do you think about this Johnathan Majors situation? How do you think Marvel should handle it? Should they wait? Should they recast? Should they just delay everything? I don't know. What should the MCU do to handle it? And also I'm not even going to talk about it. We're going to just let that work out in a court system and see how it goes for the man. But we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show again. Please do like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.